guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hey guys.
So, it's been a minute since we've given you an actual update, but we've gotten so much done.
Guys, y'all's fixing to get to see. Now, just so everybody knows and everybody's clear, it is an absolute disaster right now because there's tools everywhere. We literally just put tools down to come out here to do this video. So, the house is a disaster, okay?
It's not how it usually is.
We're going to try to keep y'all from, having to deal with all the disaster. But we're going to let y'all see what the inside's looking like right now. And guys, I'm loving it.
Yes. Just know that the dishes that you see around the sink are clean. The pizza boxes on the table still have some pizza left in them. So, and then there's piles of tools and cut metal and everywhere.
Emily got her paycheck Monday and decided she just wanted to buy us all pizza today.
And it's been a really busy last couple of weeks, and we've had company most of the weekend.
Right.
And so to not have had to cook today, well, I still have a roast in the oven that I put in the oven this morning, which will be done by dinner time. Yeah. But it was really nice not to have to stop and cook that meal today, so thank you, Emily, for... I know she's not going to watch this, but thank you, Emily, for buying us all pizza today.
Right, right.
That was a nice treat. So just know that, like...
and you're going to see little cracks and stuff here and there that I still got to fill in. We've still got a lot of work to do, y'all, but
it's like
the major part is done.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And we've still got a long way to go, like he said. But it's so much progress. So much progress. It's so awesome. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say about it.
No. Without further ado, guys, let's take a look inside.
Yeah, let's go inside and look at it.
So, by the way, I'm not sure how the lighting is on the camera right now, but that's one thing we haven't got to yet. I've got lights to put all in the ceiling. We've got those flush mount lights that go in the ceiling.
They're the canless LED lights.
Canless LED lights, and we haven't got there yet. So lighting sucks in here right now. I've got one work light sitting back here in the corner that gives us enough light to get by with right now. But look at this. We got the wood stove installed again. We've actually used it for the last couple of days. It's been pretty chilly. Today was really nice. We did not fire it up today. But got the wood stove in.
Hey, wait a second. Before you move on, talk about that. Because some people might be new here and not know about that.
So, guys, this wood stove I built, what? Before,
last year?
Last year? Well, before winter last year, yeah.
Yeah, about this time last year.
Just double 55-gallon drums. Built the door and everything on it. Put it all together. I mean... Piped it all in, it runs out. This thing, I'm telling you, we lived under tarps last winter. And this thing kept us warm all winter.
I'm afraid it's going to be too warm this winter.
I think we're going to have to learn how to build smaller fires this winter, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because this thing, you can do some heat with it. And, yeah, I think we're going to have to figure out how to learn how to do some smaller fires.
Yeah, you can fit a lot of wood in that sucker at one time, y'all.
But... last year, we pretty much just kept it wide open. We kept the choke and everything wide open on it. And it was like, it was burning hot. There was a few times we had it red.
It was so red. Hot. Not because we painted it, but because it was so hot.
Because it was hot. But it worked great last year, and I think it's going to work even better this year. And if you guys remember, I'm not sure how much of the background you can see right now, but look, guys, no bus.
Yeah, except for the door. All you can see is the door.
I'm working on boxing in around all the doors. That's the door to our bus. But look, it's no longer, you no longer see the front end. And, of course, right now it's just house wrap, but down the side of the bus.
There's the pizza boxes.
Yeah. So... I don't know how you're going to get to see the whole full effect, but let's swap places with Jen right now so I can talk about the rest of the place.
Yeah, I'm going to stand by the wood stove and point in the other direction.
So this is the wood storage area for the wood stove.
Also, tell them about our smoker right here.
And the smoker. Yep, I built this smoker last year also out of, I'm not even sure, probably that may be about a 50, 60 gallon propane tank and then a 20 gallon propane tank. Run the pipe through the wall and out, so we have an indoor smoker.
By the way, behind this plastic, I'm working on another bottle wall here.
Yep. Another bottle wall behind the plastic.
This is a sliding glass door up here. Yep. That pipe you see right there is the exhaust for this, but it's also the exhaust that came off of a school bus.
Yeah, come off of the school bus that Emily and Hunter lived in, their bedrooms.
We had that fan in the wall over the summer to help get cool air in here. It worked really good, but now we're going to have to figure out how to cover that up.
We just finished the ceiling over here today. Well,
kinda.
I've still got gaps back here I've got to fill up. Obviously, you can see that.
You can still see the bus from back here, but
so I've got to do a little bit more work right there, and then here again. Lily's school bus is gone, y'all. Look.
I gotta move a little bit better so y'all can see.
I mean, it's not really gone, but so just so y'all know, everything you see in front of the house wrap, this wall, we're going to be doing wood. So it's going to be like almost like a log cabin look in here. And then we've done the metal all the way around on the roof. How does that light affect you?
It's pretty bright, but I can still see kind of what's going on. Hang on a second.
So, like I said, Lily's school bus, the doors are still open here. I've still got to fill in around the door on that to get it sealed in better. And this little wall between the front of her door and the bathroom, we've still got to build something there.
Somebody asked if we could get into the bathroom while from inside. Yeah. Yes, we can.
So this will actually... The wall will actually go, something like that. I've got framing back here to be able to put a wall in. So yeah, that's going to be the entrance to our bathroom, is to be able to walk right here and go into the bathroom, or shower, whatever you want to call it.
We are going to take these doors off of Lily's bus and we're going to put a regular house door on there.
Yeah, so from in here it just looks like another room. Instead of being, what you see there, it's going to be an actual door here where, yeah, it'll look like another room. Anyway. So, and in the kitchen.
Let me step back a little bit. Again, all those dishes. Yeah, as long as I don't point the camera too far that way. In the last video that you saw the wood stove, the sink, our gas stove is back there. Like I said, all of these dishes on the counter right here are clean. just so you know, they're all clean.
The back door, well, you'll see more of it in a minute, but I just have a tarp over it for right now to keep the cold wind from blowing in. I still got to build doors for it and the pantry.
Explain our water heater thing, how we moved it.
So the water heater used to be on the other side of the bathroom. And I had to move it all around here. Jen wanted it over here, and we had to do that because that's obviously up against the front of Lily's bus, so we wouldn't have access to it. Moved it over here. So now whenever Jen's doing something and she needs hot water, she can just turn around and turn the hot water on. It's
right.
It's right there with her. And it pulls it in here where it's going to be heated so it won't freeze and bust over the winter.
Ideally.
So, yeah, hopefully. Which I don't see why that's going to be a problem.
Here's a glimpse of our mess. It's all, mostly tools on this table.
And then, like we said, there's the wood stove, the wood cook stove. We do still have to get exhaust because it's going to run out that way.
We don't have stovepipe for that yet, so right now it's a good place for my KitchenAid to stand there. And, towels, because I don't have a place to put towels yet. But again, they're folded. They're clean towels, guys. I'm not airing our dirty laundry on.
Alright, guys. So, and this is where the cast iron skillets are hung. She hasn't hung them back up since she washed them. So,
yeah.
Anyway, there you go. And then this is the pantry. So you walk into the pantry.
It's still, we only have a few shelves, so it's still kind of unorganized in here, but...
Well, and these are just temporary shelves because I want to build actual wooden shelves and, you know, more stable stuff. But this just kind of got everything out of our way for now while we're doing the construction in the other part of the room. We got the walls all stood up. I just wrapped a tarp all the way around this back side of camp just to help keep the cold wind from coming in. Moved the refrigerators in here, or the freezer and the refrigerator. That's our power bank. And then, yeah, I mean, just...
Our washing machine will eventually go over there.
Wash machine will go back there. But, yeah. I mean, and like you've seen, probably this one construction light right here I have hung on the wall is the only thing that lights camp right now, because we've got to get lighting put all in. So
yeah, waiting on wiring.
Yeah.
We would have done that before we put up the ceiling, but you know.
Well, actually, so Jen thought she found a really good deal on wiring on Amazon and ordered it. And when it got here, it was one single strand of wire. It wasn't like a 12-2 like it should have been.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you know, whatever.
Now I have to drive all the way to Fort Smith to send it back to Amazon.
Stuff happens. But anyway, we've got to get wiring to wire in the lights. And once we get that done, we're going to be set up a lot better. Lighting's awful in here right now, but whatever.
Alright, so that's it, guys. What do y'all think?
And as you can see, guys, you know, it's used tin. It was old used tin off of that like 100-year-old barn up in Mulberry, Arkansas that we tore down. But I really love the way it's turning out. There was some really weird cuts I had to make back here to match this wall, because as y'all know, this wall is like, you know, it's all funky shaped back here.
Mostly on purpose. That's
most of the day took cutting all these really weird cuts and getting this all filled in back here. But yeah, now I don't know how, you know, Jen's usually a pretty good cameraman, but I don't know how much she was able to get. But as you see, you know, it's a 45. I don't know. I say 45. I really didn't. I don't know. It's close to it, though. 45-degree angle to come up over, and then the same thing on the other side is a 45-degree angle back down. And under the 45s will be wood the rest of the way.
Except for over there, where you can see there's metal on the wall.
Of course, that's the wood stove, and that thing gets hot. So I put metal on that wall instead of wood because, you know, obviously, because of the heat.
And also, while he was doing that, I talked him into putting wood supports in there so we can put screws in there and have a place to hang all of our jackets and hats and gloves and everything when they get wet and it's cold, because that spot will get really warm back there and we'll dry our stuff out. So when it snows, the kids, or when it's raining and we have to do stuff outside, and it'll be nice to have a place to hang our jackets and stuff to dry out when we get back inside and warm up. So I am in love with this new layout. I think it is so awesome. I can't wait to get the wood cook stove going so I can cook on it. I still need to, we've got a couple rugs that I need to wash. Since we had to pull them out, I really want to take them to the car wash or something, or hang them on the fence. It just takes so long, and I don't want to be out there in the wet and cold for too long. But anyway, I really want to wash them before we bring them back in here. And then we'll be putting one in the living room and then one under the dining table. Also, eventually we would like to build a wood floor in here to get up off of the gravel. The gravel's really nice. It has worked really well for us so far. However, you can't walk barefoot on it. You can't sweep it. So it takes forever to go around and pick up little teeny tiny things in the gravel. Otherwise the floor looks dirty.
And with Lily and her art skills, we're always picking up little bitty tiny pieces cut up everywhere, all over the floor.
Yeah. You know how, y'all, if you've ever had kids, you know how much they like to cut up things and make a whole bunch of little, one piece of something into a whole bunch of little pieces of something.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's difficult. And then also, around the dining table, especially when the kids eat, you know, kids are messy eaters and they make messes, and and the food is really hard to clean up out of the gravel, and then we have issues with flies, and it's just, so the gravel has worked out great, but eventually we would like to put a wood floor in here. And what are you thinking, Wiley? Do like a deck?
Kind of like a deck.
Kind of like a deck out of 2x4s.
It'll be pretty much a deck.
Or something like that.
Right.
Build a 2x6 frame and then deck it with 2x4s or something like that. Then,
something along those lines.
Then at least we can walk on it barefoot. It'll be easier to clean up. I can actually mop it.
I mean, who knows, you know, I mean, some miracle was to happen, we might plywood, you know, or something, but have a plywood floor. But yeah, I mean, something. Whatever.
I don't know.
It's we get a decent paying job and order some plywood, and I guess, you know, we could do the whole deck thing until we did do that and get the plywood or whatever, you know. I mean, just lay plywood over it, whatever. But yeah, more of a
want floor than a need.
Yeah, right.
At this point. But yeah, so I don't know. What else you want to talk about, Wiley?
So one thing with us putting the wood stove in, you can see the pipe going up right there. You could probably almost see the end of the wood stove pipe right there. Well, our ceiling is 10 foot above that, or our roof is 10 foot above that.
Oh, probably more than that. I don't know, probably 12. We probably need another 12 foot of pipe or so. Or
well, we at least need probably 12. Well, no. I'd say about 10 foot of pipe would do it, because we just need to get over the peak. And I think 10 foot would do it, because we're up into the truss a couple of feet. So, anyway.
Maybe another 10 foot.
About 10 foot more pipe to extend it out and get it past our roof, because right now when the wind blows the smoke right back into camp.
Yeah, it does.
Honestly, it's not that bad. It's just going across the bottom of the roof and going right back outside the backside of camp. But every now and then you get that one weird gust that causes the smoke to come down into camp. And now, of course, that was before we put the ceiling up. So now it's not going to be near as bad.
It should be better.
Yeah.
Now. But either way, there's that. Eventually, along the edges up here, we either want to use, Wiley was talking about cutting down some trees that are about 6-8 inches in diameter, quartering them and using them as trim, which would be super duper cool. Would take a long time, but it would be super, super awesome to do that. Or do like 1x4 trim.
Yeah, just buy 1x4s.
Yeah, 1x4s.
Cover all the little edges right here where the joints are, where the two pieces of metal all come together.
Yeah, make it look nice.
And of course, you know, around the door right here, it was real funky shape, so I didn't quite get everything. There's still little gaps there, and you know, just a little bit of trim will cover all that up.
And that's mainly to help keep air out, like cold air out, draft. I mean, of course, it'll look nice too, but it'll be mainly to keep to seal it better.
Keep the heat in and the cold air out.
Right.
Yeah, right. Which I don't think, you know, this joint we don't have a problem with. It's not. I don't think much is going to escape there, or enter or escape, because the way the framing was on the backside, it's just pretty well sealed. Even though you can still see a little bit of the 2x4 here and there, you've still got a 2x4 on the backside sealing that gap. There's just some of these little funky cuts I had to make around the doors and stuff. There's little gaps that we're going to have to fill up. And eventually, so whenever we're doing this, we basically have a 2x4 wall in between this wall and our bus. So I actually took sheet metal and put on the back side of that 2x4. So now we actually have an enclosed 2x4 wall. We've got a sheet metal back here, and you know the wood's going to be on the front of it. So one day, whenever we're able to get some of that blow-in insulation, we can get up into the attic and blow in insulation down in between the buses in the wall and fill all this up with insulation, and then just blow insulation in over the top up here, and it would help. I mean, I think that'll, of course, obviously, that's going to make a tremendous difference.
Right.
But for now, just having this here is... I mean, it's going to be better than the tarp was last year, I'm sure.
Such an improvement from last year. It's just crazy.
Unfortunately, as you can see, it cut our window in half. Oh, so our window actually goes up into the attic by about 2 foot, probably.
Yeah, and that one does too.
And then this one over here, it's almost perfectly in half. I mean, the bottom part, of course, it's a sliding door, so 2 doors... or 2 windows the same size, and only half of that is down here at the bottom behind Jen's head right here. The other half is up into the attic, so yeah, we'll have some natural lighting in the attic, I guess.
Right.
But it brings everything down in closer and a lot less square footage to heat.
Yes. Yes. And I love the idea. I love the look of the tin. And now... we did it, I don't know if you could tell earlier in the video, but we used the rusty side on the wall for the kitchen as kind of an accent wall, so it's all rusty and kind of, patinaed and looks really cool, and that's where we're going to, we were given a bunch of license plates. Our friend Greg gave us some license plates, and then one of your subscribers sent us some license plates, and we're going to hang those all over the walls and hang the cast irons
and we may even be putting, like up in here, we can put license plates up here. We could scatter stuff out there's a lot of room to be able to scatter some like antique stuff. We might do.
It doesn't have to be old. Just look
old. We might be able to do like license plate here and a license plate over there, and then have maybe a saw hanging in the middle of it, or
that would be super cool,
things like that. Just anything we can find to put up would be really cool, I think.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Them old hand cross-cut saws, or we'll just have to keep our eye out and see what we can find on stuff like that. I bet we have some stuff laying around out here that we could use.
Yes, we just have to go look for it.
Guess we could take one of my old rusty saw blades and just circle it around up there. And, I don't know.
Something. We'll figure out something. That might be neat. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool. That's decorative stuff.
Yeah, that's all just decorative.
We used the rusty side in the kitchen as an accent wall, and then we used the cleaner side of the metal on the ceiling to kind of help keep it lighter in here. Now, to give you an idea, we've got 6 of those canless LED lights. We're going to put one above, like, the sink and gas stove. We're going to put one above the wood cook stove, and then there's going to be 4 out here. So one above the dining table, one above, like, the sitting area, and then, So...
they'll probably be, like, evenly spaced here, like 2 here, and then 2 back here. Or, however that works out. But
whatever it works out.
Make it kind of evenly spaced and, look decent. And
that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tremendous amount of light in here, because those are some bright little LED lights.
And they're great because they don't use a lot of power, so perfect for what we're doing. And Wiley can rig it up to where we can plug it into our power banks. Maybe even and put it on a light switch.
Well, that's why I bought that pack of light switches, or the switches we can
toggle switches.
Well, no, you know what? Never mind. I forgot, because that's 110 volt lights. So it's 12 volt switches. So
we'll have to have a real light switch.
Them was for 12 volt stuff. Yeah, that's right. Our water pump and all that stuff. But anyway, super excited about the way it's turning out. I cannot wait to be able to get started on the wood and get this finished out. We still have a lot of work to do, like I said, plugging holes.
Hang on a second. You'll have to call him back in a second.
Well, I've still got a lot of work to do plugging holes, just keeping the draft out and all that stuff. And honestly, that sounds like it's going to be probably a little while before I can get to that, because it's time to go back to work, y'all. Tomorrow, I'm going to have to start hauling some shale for pops, and we'll see how that all turns out. But yeah, then bigger things are coming towards the middle of the week, and So I'll probably be pretty busy for the week, and maybe start back on this on the weekend and try to get it knocked out. Now, what are they saying? Like Thursday night, Friday night, or Wednesday night and Thursday night is going to be down in the 30s, like mid 30s on Wednesday night, and then like 39 on Thursday night. So yeah, and then the high is
in the 50s,
the low 50s.
Low 50s,
yeah.
So I'm really glad we got a wood stove in.
Yeah.
While Wiley's working, I'm going to be at Amber's helping her finish trying to get dried in. She's got her walls up, and we need to close in her gable ends. And then then we've got to install some runner boards on her ceiling so we can put OSB on the ceiling, and then we've got to get up there and we've got to insulate. And then we've got to figure out how to fill in the little gaps that are between the top of the wall and the bottom of the metal roof, so it comes down.
I told
like
her
this.
how to do that.
Yeah, if she's got enough plywood left over to do that.
Yeah.
So, so I'll be helping Amber while Wiley's at work doing that. And then we will maybe even get started on building I think, if you're okay with it, Wiley, since we don't have to have it right now, I'd like to use those couple bags of concrete that we've got left to build a spot for her wood stove.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then...
No, that's a great idea, actually, yeah.
Yeah, because we probably got enough for that. I'm thinking of doing it kind of like we did in Oklahoma, where we used some big rocks and then concrete around the big rocks.
Yeah.
And then using metal. We need to go get her some concrete board to put behind the metal, and then we're going to put metal on the walls to help reflect the heat back and, be fire retardant, all that kind of stuff. And then eventually, soon, we need to be able to go to our friend Eric and Tracy's house, which we really enjoyed spending time with y'all this weekend. Thanks for coming over. But we need to be able to go to their house and pick up, they've got a wood stove for Amber, so we need to be able to go there, and that's several hours away. So, but that's something that me and Michael and Wiley and Hunter need to do, because we need some strong boys to lift that stove. Right. So, though there's some things that we've got going on, I don't know if we'll get to the whole picking up the wood stove thing this week, but because Wiley's because Wiley's got work to do this week. But she does have a diesel heater in the little trailer that she's in right now, and we've moved they've moved the boys' mattresses into that camper, because it's actually got 3 twin-size beds and a full-size bed in there. And so we moved their mattresses in there, so they're all cramped, but they can be in there and be warm. So don't be worried about them being cold. It would just be nice once we get the wood stove installed in her house, then she can move into the house with the kids.
Right.
Because she built a bedroom for herself, a living room, and then she also decided to use what we were going to turn into the dining room near the kitchen. She put up another wall, and that's going to be Mason's bedroom, which is the teenager, because he's not thrilled about having to share a bedroom with the little boys, and I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. So, that's what we're going to be working on. Now this video is kind of long, but we've had a lot to catch you guys up on, so I'll try to be better about posting more regular updates. But I didn't want to, if you've been following along, I didn't want to post throughout the process just because it's been so busy, so stressful, getting things done, and it's been an absolute mess. And, this is a manageable mess. This is a living mess. The mess before was just more than I wanted to share on the internet. So now most of our mess is semi-organized in the pantry. I'm excited about that, having it all out of our way. And again, I'm really excited about how this is all coming together. But I guess that's it. What do you guys say, Wiley?
As always, y'all, work hard, stay humble, and love God.
Amen, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Bye.